Alright, so, um, unscripted video time. Where is CBR? How is CBR protection going? Is it coming out anytime in the 21st century? Now, these are all questions that you ought to hear the answers for. Hold up, let me just... And pre-production, I think you ought to know, is going well. I'm just gonna pull Janusz out to make this look less boring. Hold up. Well, pre-production is going well. We are well into it, because pretty much all of the main character props are built. All of the character props, in fact, have been finished. And yeah, so all we need to do now is the buildings and human characters and manufacture a bunch of rails, and we can start filming, probably. It's likely going to take some time, because making a bunch of building props is... Remember to stay hydrated, by the way. Making a bunch of building props is rather difficult, Like, for example, let me just open up my props drawer. Hold up. Yeah, here. This is where I have my props. And also this sheet of transfers for Death Corps of Krieg. Because besides, like, railway modeling, I also do, like, fucking war games. These are my Space Marines. They're not my best models, but, they're just what's out. Either way, because, like, I have a bunch of generic... Oops. I have a bunch of generic wooden shacks like this one. But the issue is making... The issue is going to be making a bunch of brick buildings, like where people live, and concrete as well. Just a bunch of inhabited, I don't know, buildings where people live and exist. Because I have some wooden ones. For example, there's this one. I plan to use it in the background of some shots. It's inspired by some of the Lakeside buildings. Lakeside in Thomas the Tank Engine. You probably know it, the Series 4 set. And there's also Neptune Refreshments. This was made for a joke, by the way. But it's pretty much exclusively wood, except for, like, the undersides of the roof. Either way, and like, so yeah, because... Oh, and I also have to find a different way to make faces, because here's my current face box, like box of faces, and like, they look cool, but they're somewhat unreadable in higher resolution and stuff, so yeah. Also, if you want to know, there's like, obviously, besides the buildings, you also have to have, like, various forms of scatter. So, let me just pull out some of my random scatter props. I really like this crate I made. It's very neat. The lid comes off, and it's like very simple in construction, but it looks cool as hell in my opinion. So it's kind of hard to maneuver around with just like one hand, because the other is holding the camera. Because yeah, besides all the buildings and stuff, oh yeah, and also besides the important background, like the big background buildings and the small background buildings, I also need to make like station props. So yeah, but yeah, for the unique scatter, this is largely it. There's also like some sacks and pallets and barrels, but yeah, pallets like these. I made a bunch of them when I was like bored at my stepfather's house. There's also stuff like that. I turned 3 Jenga blocks into like these cool big crates. I'm gonna have to do more of those, because they look good on camera, you know, you can see them from a distance, and they're also easy to store. But yeah, that's all there is in terms of the uniquely shaped scatter terrain. Not terrain. It's not terrain, that's just like a wargame term. Because I also have like these fucking crates. There's a bunch of these dudes in this crate bag. And I'm just like gonna fucking, yeah. But no, I just like need to build all of the big station props, the important things. And then I can just get into it and start filming, because yeah, I'm just gonna have to like get some grass mats, something to represent concrete and cobblestone and stuff, and yeah, that's about it. I'm like doing the Jenga game that is filling up this box crate thing. Yeah, you know what I mean. Because the thing with crates is that you shouldn't make too many detailed ones, because it's good enough if you have some detailed ones for the foreground, but also a bunch of under detailed background ones, which are there just to fill up space and look cool. I also plan to like make some more faces for the various random trucks that appear in the series, because I'm thinking that I'm gonna have like, yeah, the background locomotive characters have painted faces like this guy. The lore for him is that he's Wojciech's older brother. Fuck. I don't think... Yeah, I shouldn't be spoilering like that. It's just a background character. I came up with the lore for him while I was showering. So, yeah, he's not gonna matter at all. Of course, I know that that's not gonna stop people from speculating, because that's just how online fandoms are, inherently, I guess. But yeah, it's literally just a background engine. And also the mention of Wojciech isn't that big of a spoiler, because he appears in like episode 2. Episode 2 is not my favorite script. I think I might rewrite it. Because yeah, it's not the best. You know, just to have them be a little bit more consistent in terms of quality. But yeah, I'm also gonna have to like draw up some more random trucks, because basically what I did, I already came up with one truck that is gonna be a reoccurring guy, because the idea is to have most trucks be like random nameless dudes, and then have just like 3 guys that reoccur, that reappear, and you know, they exist. And they're gonna have like unique facial designs. Hold up, let me find that free space in this goofy ass notebook. Jesus. Alright. So this guy is designed to look like a mole, because I just thought it would be amusing. And it is. Alright. Yeah, alright, you can see that. Oh, sorry, I can't really draw with one hand. Yeah, the perspective on that is horrible. Oh. See, this is why I'm not a drawer. I don't draw things. So this guy's name is gonna be Nikodem or something. It's not gonna be a large truck, but and I'm thinking these reoccurring truck characters would have like personality, something in the way of a personality. Not much, of course, but you know. Sorry, I'm just like trying to think about this drawing. Tip that you could use while coming up with ideas for background characters. And like random fucking trucks and stuff, is to try and do some funny faces in the mirror and then draw them as characters. Okay, this looks awful. But yeah, he's supposed to look something like a mole. He hates the sunlight. You never actually see his eyes open. Because the sunlight burns him too much. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a background character. So yeah. So yeah, you know, but as of late, I've been more concerned with Warhammer things, such as these Krieg proxies I'm working on. This is the first look that the public internet gets a look at, by the way. By that I mean that anyone outside of a server that I left and a group chat. Wait, did I leave it? Yeah, I left it. Now, their heads are painted just off-white because they're supposed to represent gas masks, and you can't really see them from this angle. But yeah, they're meant to be, they've got 3 soldiers in the Astra Militarum, aka Imperial Guard. I made some in blue uniforms, something like this guy. I only added the OSL by the like yesterday, by the way. I'm gonna have to practice OSL more. I could like probably redo this medic. But the story with this guy is that initially he was supposed to be the Watchmaster, but then I got like 10 3D printed proxies from a friend of mine, and that already had the Watchmaster, but you need like 2 Watchmasters. Like you need 1 Watchmaster per like 10. Yeah, every 10th Krieg is a Watchmaster, something like that. Yeah, so like I turned him into a medic because I heard the medic is a very good unit. So I'm gonna have to like make this plasma gun look good actually. But yeah, here's how one of those crawling guys looks when based. He's based on one of my green dudes, and I know they're out of scale, but I just really need guys. Yeah, send dudes, because, you know, this is the Imperial Guard. They fight. They're literally soldiers. I'm gonna show you all some more of my proxies. Because, yeah, I think this is the first time I'm making anything related to war games on the channel. I primed a lot of, like, 10 more dudes, like, just a few minutes ago. First off, we have, like, these paper guys. They're not the best, but let me place them in order of how they were made. This guy was meant to be the Watchmaster, but he's just hence this and this, you know, to differentiate him a bit. I scratched the idea of paper proxies, but whatever. They're just spare models now, I guess. Then I got the idea of using some G.I. Joes as models, so I looked through my old box of the... Hold up, somebody's typing on my group chat. Yeah, I just looked through a bunch of my old G.I. Joes, because I have like a large box of them. Unfortunately, most of them are not standard troops, and instead are like... I have a bunch of officers left over, and pretty much no just regular old marching guys. This is the Watchmaster. I really like this. He's one of my favorites, honestly. I really like how the OSL turned out on this one. Hold up. Okay, back to what I was saying. Then there's this guy. Don't have much to say about him. He's just a dude. Here's one of our normal marching dudes. As you can see, they're just normal G.I. Joes with Games Workshop's bits, like this las gun here, and this saber, and the las pistol, and some sacks. And there's also this guy preparing to take the shot. I don't like how, because he's made of a machine gunner prop, and there's nothing on his chest, which doesn't look too good. He also has a brother. This guy. His gun looks awful, honestly. There's also this medic. He's also one of my favorites. Because the backpack on this guy is like just the normal Krieg backpack. Except painted white. So I just painted some of the bits on this guy white. To make him look special, I guess. You know, visibly a medic. The only other guy with a normal backpack is this grenadier. He lives for bombs. He's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's got 5 grenades on him. Like 1 here. There's 2 here, 1 here, and he's holding a 5th one in his tiny little hand. I made the grenadier mainly because I had, you know, I could I had a spare bit of a guy holding a grenade, so I just went for it. This guy is taking the shot. I believe in him. You can do it, little buddy. Also, don't mind how they're all headless at the moment. There's another G.I. Joe. Just normal dude. They're all headless for now. Because, like, I don't have any spare heads. All of my heads were used up on, like, the actual Games Workshop's models. I don't have any spares. And none of my home pals do either. Because, like, they all also need Krieg heads. So that's, like, very inconvenient. But yeah. Also, I turned one of my shitty paper Space Marines into a Krieg guy. So I'm gonna have, like, these 4 dudes, plus those 4 dudes, plus this dude, plus the currently unpainted paper guy. And I'm gonna have enough soldiers for, like, another unit, because I currently have, like, 1 unit of, like, actual GW models. Then there's another one of those 3D printed proxy that I got gifted. So that's a 2nd unit. Then a 3rd unit is these guys. A 4th unit is the other a 4th unit is the other G.I. Joes, Green Army Men, whatever, that I just primed like half an hour ago. So yeah, yeah. I'm gonna show you them. There, they don't have bits mostly. Like, the Watchmaster leftover options for my Watchmaster went to this guy, because he's also the Watchmaster. The bits that these guys do have, though, like this thing right here, are from, I think they're from a model kit. I mean, they are, but I just don't remember what exactly. You know what I mean. There's also, like, this sprue with some ammunition that I primed so that I could paint and scatter around the bases of some of my artillery. And here's the paper guy. Nothing special, but yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah, that's all.